And it's lights out. Welcome to the PITWALL Podcast, your stop for fantasy Formula One content. Joining me this evening is my bro Dominick, my father Dr. David Kessler, my great friend Paola, and I'm your host Jeanmark. And I want to say right out the gate, 1,400 subscribers here on YouTube. I'm so thankful for all of you. Woo! For being a part of the pit crew. Roughly about 3 weeks before the season began, we were at around 700 subscribers, and I thought to myself, it'd be cool if we could double the group by the end of next season. Well, here we are, getting ready for race number 4, and you guys have smashed that. So thank you for everyone who's jumped on, been a part, and we've been seeing and meeting so many of you. So cheers to the next 1,400. Off the top, I want to congratulate everyone who's been a part of our PITWALL League. I'm sharing with you the top 5 average points per large league. Those are leagues with over 50 teams. Our one race challenge for Bahrain, start at the beginning of the season. Only one entrance. So that means we have 173 unique people who've entered the team, and we are number 2 with 590.3 average points. We have F1 Fanatics 4.0 with 592.8. And then we have the other big fantasy league Discord, F1FantasyTracker.com. You can see their partnership with the Fueler store, and they have 573.5. So it's tight competition, but I'm glad that you guys are sticking with it, even with the one race challenge. And that brings us now to this last race. Large leagues, top 5, all 3 of our PITWALL one race challenge, our ORCs, made it. So we had position number 1, position number 2, and position number 4. That's great news. Very first news item on the forecast for the Imola Grand Prix is rain on Thursday, rain on Friday, rain on Saturday, rain on Sunday, rain on Monday. A huge rain system is going to be pushing through Imola, and that is going to drastically impact how we are going to have to deal with our fantasy Formula One teams. Because here's the deal. Last year, they had rainy conditions, which caused Hamilton and other drivers to have unexpected results. You had the crash between Russell and Bottas. A crazy mayhem happened because it was wet conditions on and off during Imola. I want to hear your guys' reactions. With the chances of rain during free practice session 1, during quali, during the sprint race, during the race, how do you think this might impact who you're going to have on your lineup?
Yeah, I tell you, that's going to change what I'm thinking. I'm probably going to stick with Norris, who's already on my team, and maybe add Russell. I guess he's on my team too, rather than Sainz and Perez.
Okay, tell me why. Why would you pick up those two guys instead of Sainz and Perez?
Because they're from Great Britain and they're used to driving in cold, wet, not so nice, rainy weather. And you've seen that in the past. Hamilton and Norris and Russell seem to do real well in the bad weather.
I will say that Sainz at the Turkish Grand Prix, when it was rainy conditions, he was doing really good. His father is a rally champion, so don't sit out on Sainz. This means that because there's on and off rain, we might have drivers and teams that, even though they have a disadvantage with the aero packages, that's going to be mitigated because of the mixed conditions. And so I would not be surprised if McLaren is suddenly in the hunt for really good points. Okay, bro, what are your thoughts? How do you think wet weather is going to impact your lineup?
Hopefully it doesn't impact it at all. I'm not 100% sure I'm ready to change my teams just because of the rain.
So you trust all your drivers then in the rain?
I don't trust anybody in the rain, but here's the thing. These guys, they're professionals. They drive in the rain, and because we were talking about how Ferrari's been really lucky with not having any major car damage after these first couple of weeks, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to avoid anything major with all of this rainy stuff going on. So here's the hoping.
So I have a question. How does Leclerc usually do in rain? I haven't researched that out.
Not bad. Well, I was looking at the results from last year. He was top 5, I think.
He could have taken a position in the lead for the race because I believe at the restart, Verstappen went off the track briefly, and if he hadn't regained his position, then he would have lost that to Leclerc. So like you said, Leclerc was near the front. Of course, Hamilton and Verstappen had a really close battle. Don't forget, Perez out-qualified Verstappen last year at Imola. It was Hamilton, Perez, and Verstappen. They go down the line, and Verstappen got such a great launch that he and Hamilton are side by side into the first series of corners. It is more like a chicane. Hamilton kind of goes off onto the curb. It causes him to start losing speed out to Verstappen. He tries to fight back. He's passing a back marker Russell. He then goes off into the gravel. He has to back up. He does a recovery drive. There's no way he would be back in to fight for the podium, but then Russell and Bottas, like the next lap, crash each other, brings out the red flag. It allows him to unlap himself. Boom, he's back in the hunt. If something like that's going to happen, maybe someone like Perez, if he's able to, with the better feel for the car, out-qualify Verstappen again, and he's the safe driver, then we probably won't see him getting into any crashes. Same thing with Leclerc. If Leclerc is safe like he was last time around and he doesn't have a guy who's breathing down his neck, but because of the weather, we don't know. What if Russell puts it on P2 because he's really good in the rain? Russell is really good. That's how he got his podium last year at Spa. He put it in the Williams, P2, ahead of Hamilton, right behind Verstappen. Which then I guess brings me to my lineups, because now that I'm thinking about it, you really have to watch FP1 then. Whichever driver seems to be the most comfortable in those mixed conditions, it's all going to come down to who gets on the best tire at the right time for qualifying. The great thing is, because they have a sprint race, that can help mitigate some of the things that would catch them out in qualifying. The bad thing is, if someone spins or crashes in the sprint race, now they're going to be starting from the back of the grid for the race. And so that's going to be a lot of opportunities for chaos, and your team might go down the drain. Now time for our one race challenge. We're going to start off with the ORC Elite, the best team composition you could have had with a budget of 100 million or less. Now here's the thing. Dad pointed out earlier that once you get 105 million, he's exceeded what he had last season. That's when you have what I call a super rich team. Once you have 105 million, you could potentially start outperforming the ORC Elite just by being able to afford higher drivers. But I think, Dominick, you pointed off air before we went live that because some of the drivers are so cheap, this is actually going to not be trying to buy the highest tier drivers, but upping your lowest tier drivers, right? ORC Elite is always to show you that you can still do it with a small budget. Let's look at it. You turboed Leclerc, 98 points, Perez, 35, Ocon, 20, Bottas, 20, Mick Schumacher, 12, because he outperformed his teammate Magnussen, and then Mercedes, 64 points, totaling 249 with a budget of 98.9 million.
I never would have thought of putting a Mercedes as my constructor.
With the cheaper teams, apparently that can be a feasible option now. Not once, I think, last season did I have Mercedes on my regular team because they were just too expensive. Here we are, an opportunity to put them on your team. It's now time to look at a one race challenge for Australia. Okay, after the first 2 weeks where we had just so many people tying in gold and silver, this week we get a special treat. Our number one top scorer didn't use a mega driver, therefore he is our gold alone. 241 points, so much higher than everybody else. Fitzy boy. He turboed Leclerc, had Perez, he picked up Norris. Good pickup. And he had Ocon, Bottas, and Ferrari. Look at that. Congratulations with that lineup. You get our gold position. Then our silver, our lone silver, Karina R. Leclerc is the turbo, Ocon, Perez, Norris, and instead of having Bottas, picked up Alonso, which got the -5 points. That was the difference maker, one position. But good on you. You got the lone silver. And then all the bronze. All the bronze. Good job, everyone. Pretty much anyone who got a bronze copied my strategy that I put in 3 statistical secrets. Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Ocon, Bottas, and Ferrari. And if I'd listened to it, I would have got my first bronze too. Congratulations, Dad. You got yours. Let's look your team up. Super Stang Alpha. How do you decide, Dad, which team you submit to the ORC? You said you have 3, right?
So my third one that has a cheap constructor with expensive drivers is 150 points less than my other 2 teams. So I'm not ever admitting that one. Unless something changes through this whole season, I'm not going to try that in the future. I've done an experiment and it didn't work too well. But as far as my other one, I always start my alpha unless there's a change in thought process after the free practice, and then I might switch it out before they lock. And when someone tells me 3 statistical secrets that if my second team fits that better, maybe I'll submit the second team.
Full disclosure, everyone, I, before editing my video, will call Dad and give him the scoop. Last season, he was like, these videos, they take so long. Can you just fill me in on the details before it gets too late? So I try to give him a call right out the gate so he gets some insider information. Good, because you bounce ideas with me sometimes. And then that will then shape how I present the 3 statistical secrets as well. Good on you, Dad.
You know, it wouldn't take so long if you double speed it. It's like a 5-minute video at that point.
Yeah.
He means producing it. It takes him a while after the race to actually get his thoughts together and produce it. And I'm an hour later. And so by the time he posts it and I get it, then sometimes I can't watch it because it's already Sabbath.
I see.
So yes, it would be nice if I could edit at double speed. That would be nice.
Live life at double speed, my man.
Live life at double speed. Didn't you say, Dad, that you've started watching YouTube videos faster than 1 speed?
Oh, yeah. Double speed is the way to go. Now it sounds like they're speaking so slowly when there's normal speed.
So funny thing, Dominick introduced this idea. I started watching it, never went back. We mentioned it to Dad, and now he's doing it. Like, some people you do 1.5. If it's like a movie trailer, or like music, of course you do 1 speed. But for most people talking on the internet, double speed's the way to go. It really doesn't make that big of a difference because they have pauses that are now like half the distance. They might talk a little faster than you would have to 1.5. Now, with all the teams that are tied for bronze, we are going to give a Fat Stacks award to the team with the highest value. Levy O, grab the bull by the horners.
That's
so he
cute.
had a budget. Oh, what? Well, Playon's being weird and saying his value's at 0. But when I took the screenshots, his value was 103.9 million. So I'm going to take that as what happened. So we have 1 gold, 1 silver. That means there's 1 bronze that can make it on the podium. And that person with 101.7 million, Udkarsh G, Team 1. Congratulations to those 2 that are going to be on the podium. That means that everyone else, you're going to be in the leaderboard, but we're going to be hearing the British National Anthem. So congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm looking on mine. It does have grab the bull by the horns. That has 103.9 when I clicked on it.
Okay, well, I'm glad. We'll have to tag team in the future to make sure this all works out. So now, officially, to our Meme Team Award. That honor will go to Alberto L. Leclerc is carrying me. That is how we all feel right now. Leclerc is carrying us.
Like, you see all these head nods? There is a unanimous agreement on this front. The problem is he's carrying everybody, so we're all in the same boat. He's not giving me any more an advantage than he's giving you, unfortunately.
Unless someone turboed someone else that first race. But yep, carrying all of us. It's now time to kick it over to our spreadsheet. This is a link in the description below. You go to the tab called ORC Orc. You can see here the ORC Elite 98.9. Then we have Fitz by himself. We have Karina R in silver, and then we have all of those bronze. And if you get the Fat Stacks, I put a highlight in green. And then if we scroll all the way to the right, we see our averages for the season. So with a budget of 100.6 million, the average points is 228, almost a million more. You could get 232 average, 101.9. So only 0.5 million more and averaging a 249. Scrolling all the way over to the left, though, here we have our top 10, a shift. Kim B with consistency, 2 silvers and 1 bronze, sits atop of our leaderboard with 51 points. Good job indeed. What did you say last podcast, Dad? Here we are 3 races in, and it looks like people are already halfway to the 100 points club.
That's pretty amazing. I hope that they continue. I remember last year I started off pretty strong, and in the middle of the year, the meta kind of changed all over the place. I'm rooting for them. I think it'd be neat to have, instead of only 4 or 5 over 100, if we can get top 10 over 100. That'd be great.
Well, at this pace, maybe we might have to raise the club, 200 point club. But we'll see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Carlos G with 48 points with a silver and 2 bronze. Ari L with a silver and 2 bronze. Anita G, who was our previous leader last week, did not get on the podium, it appears, is still holding down 4th position. Edwin G with a gold and a bronze. Kyle P with also a gold and a bronze. And then we have some people tied for 8th, and then a bunch of people tied beyond that. And then Dad got his very first bronze. Look at this. All the people in the pit wall are going to be tied here in the bronze section because Paola, Dominick, and Dad all have bronze. The one person who's not on this list is me.
The person who's not on a list is the person who doesn't even take his own advice. You'd be doing pretty okay if you just listen to yourself. Yes, please justify not listening to yourself.
Okay. There are 2 problems that I have in this world when it comes to Fantasy Formula One. The first is people copying me. Okay? So if you give advice and then you notice something after the video uploads, then that means they can't copy you anymore, right? The second thing is that I listen to other professional opinions. Peter Windsor, for example, Driver 61. There's a lot of people on YouTube that after a qualifying or something like that, they might give their thoughts and they will introduce data that I may not have noticed before. So sometimes I'll make adjustments there. But like I said, it's live sports. Alonso should have outscored Ocon, like hands down. But a crash in qualifying messed it all up for him. And that goes to show that you could have had the best late strategy and then something unexpected happens. Like, for example, the people who decide to go to Red Bull or to Verstappen, right? How are they going to know that in 3 races that both those people would lose them so many points? And so that's what happens with sports. So yes, I will try to listen. Look. It takes a lot of discipline to stick with your guns, doesn't it? It takes a lot of discipline. Dad's over here like laughing and enjoying every moment. I guess for you, Dad, it's really easy because you just select your team and go, right?
Yeah, I listened to you last year and got over 100 points, and I'm listening to you this year, and I have at least 15 anyhow.
Yeah, good job. What about you, bro? Well, how do you make your decisions?
First, I asked myself, how do I get a 3rd place combination? And I build my team around the idea of getting 3rd place. And so I've done that one time. But honestly, I've mostly just been kind of building around people who are increasing the value.
Same, because it's the beginning of the season, right? I think you might get behind on a little bit of points, but increasing your value will eventually pay dividends. F1 Fantasy Tracker, they have a YouTube channel called like Motorsport AI, and they calculate last season, if you had over 105 million budget on your team, you scored 5 points on average more than other teams. And so if you multiply that by 23 races, that is a substantial amount. So being able to get to 105 quickly is important.
Yeah, last year I started off strong, but I didn't know how to day trade. And so in the middle section, I just kind of waffled. This year, I'm hoping to get a team up so that I can take advantage of those, the higher of the lower tier drivers.
Well, that's the nice thing. My day trading team, okay, I tried the wild card, I tried my best, but my steady team, the one that's performing better, now has the great wild card coming in with the day trading. So that means that I kind of get best of both worlds because I'm very particular with my steady team. Minimize substitutions. Just play the long statistics. Don't make gut decisions based off of this or that might, get me in a bad position, because if you sub, then that will set you up for the following week. And so in my day trading team, I did one trade just for a money pick, but then that meant that I couldn't do the substitution from Magnussen to Bottas when I needed to. And so those make big differences if you're not keeping those 3 subs in your pocket. But I like your idea, bro. Plan for bronze. Why would you not plan for gold? Because gold usually results from somebody crashing that people weren't expecting, or someone DNFing that you didn't expect. It's usually an out-of-the-box strategy that was luckily rewarded. There was many teams last season that had $109, $110 million budgets, but weren't getting on the podium. They could afford all the best big drivers, but those necessarily weren't getting the best results. So I like what Dominick's saying is, what is probably the safest 3rd place option? If those pan out, then you're able to get on there. What about you, Dad? What is your strategy to get on the ORC leaderboard?
I have pretty much a meta that I look at trends and I trust the people who are being steady. Usually I don't get too burnt, but Verstappen burnt me to first race. But my strategy is those who are consistent, I like them.
For me, I don't have a strategy for the one race challenge because I made it for you, Dad. My strategy is all about League DRD, and that's why I'm reigning 2-time champion.
It's nice of you to make some other things so that we can compete.
Yeah, I think One Race Challenge is a lot of fun. People are even reaching out to me on Twitter and YouTube comments because you can make 3 teams. Why do you need 3 different teams? So a lot of people who are part of the PITWALL community will have one team that they'll submit for different leagues. They have a One Race Challenge specific team, one where they're actually going to try like variable strategies so that they can choose between 2 different teams to submit. And so that's pretty cool. Time for our PITWALL lineups. Now, this is going to be interesting because we've had a flurry of day trading over the course of the last week and a half. Now, there are some suspicions that there may have been some hacker activity, and in the last 24 hours, everything has been frozen on the website. But good news is if you use your wildcard, you got a huge benefit. Let's start off with you, bro. Tell us about your lineup and what are you thinking going into this race weekend?
My team looks pretty much the same as it did last week, with the exception I switch out Bottas for Norris, and what a switch that ended up being, because I've made $500,000 on him by himself, so I'm really happy I made that choice. I'm still not set in stone as this is going to be my lineup or not. I've been reaping some of the day trading rewards as a result.
On to you, Dad. Tell us about your lineup.
My lineup, all 3 of them are the same right now. So I just have one to show you. Basically use my wild card and I was trading. And it looks like I'm up to 105.8 million. And so I think through day trading, I've got close to 3 million added to my team, which is wonderful. That I still have Leclerc on my team. Russell might go up. I'm not going to have Haas going into this final, but I'm leaving Haas on and to see if I can get any more money off of Haas before I switch out for Ferrari, because I'm definitely going with Ferrari. Then I have to decide, do I stick with Russell or go with Perez, Sainz, and Leclerc? We'll see. I'm not going to change out until I see the free practice and see what value people have, and then I'll make my final selection.
Now on to you, Paola.
Well, I want to start off by saying that I, perhaps like some of you, completely missed the day trading train due to life just getting a bit busy. Any increases I got in my budget or not from Haas or getting Norris on there, which is unfortunate because had I made the right movements, I would have been at least another million up. But that said, going into the weekend, I'm not super set on, I would say, Perez, just given what we've seen happening to Verstappen, well, and Perez. So it maybe switch him out for Russell and then put in Ocon instead of Norris for the final lineup. I really want to see how they do in practice before I make any changes. And I am considering doing the wild card, I would say, post this race. Or maybe it's better to do it before. I don't know. That's a question for the group.
Okay, so your question is on to hold off on your wild card and wait till after the race, or use it right now just in case you need to do a last minute change.
Mm-hmm.
The nice thing is that while you may not have got $1 million over day trading, you have what is called natural growth. You had a strong lineup and they were just raising in value. Day trading is when you're picking up drivers that you don't plan to put on your team, and normally they aren't going up in value, but for various reasons they're finally shooting up. At this point, if you're not going to use your wildcard for day trading, then go ahead and use it. A sprint race could give you up to 13 points, but you already have Leclerc. So then the question is, who would you be bringing on? Maybe a Russell. But Mercedes is reportedly not bringing their upgrades to this race. So then you have to say, okay, is there any potential day trading after this race? Because then you could hop onto that.
I feel like I missed out on a great opportunity to use it this week, but I feel like every progressive week from here on out, these numbers, we're going to probably see less volatility, as people are starting to set their teams more.
I think part of the issue is, will Mercedes make a move up, or the Red Bulls become more reliable? If those happen, then you might be able to instigate another flurry of people who didn't use their wild cards this time. They saved it like you and Paola, and then you might have another chance to get it.
I had another question. I didn't quite understand why Alpine went up 0.2, but McLaren went down 0.1. That was surprising.
I don't think that it was with performance. I think this was purely people pumping a team and letting them go up in price. There's no reason Haas should have gone up as much as it did, but someone was pumping it. I think, and the community on Discord and Twitter thinks that there was somebody who may have been hacking into the systems, and that's why it's frozen now and why no one's doing any changes. They might have just been pumping random teams and random drivers. And so you could explain Norris and Ricciardo because they had a really good race. But Alpine, Haas, some of these other ones, it's just random that they were just pumping so high.
I think with Haas being basically the cheapest team, if you pump him, release your Alpine or your McLaren constructor to pick up Haas to get the value, you've hopped on the bandwagon. So I think some of the people who had those two teams were day trading and got off the teams to be able to pick up Haas as it was going up.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. And if you're having trade out value, then they're not going to peak at any point. Which now brings me to my team lineups. You'll see on my left, I've got my steady team, but I pulled the trigger a little later than I probably should have, and that's why Dad has so much higher value than me. But to put this in perspective, I was down 0.4 million, and then after day trading, my team 1 is now $1 million above team 2. So I'm sitting at 105.4 million. And that is the power of using your wild card when you start seeing the peaks in the rising sentiment. Now, of course, my Team 1 lineup is not what I'm holding on to for the race, but if McLaren surprises again, why not keep him around? But Haas is not going to stay there. So that's going to need to switch out to Team 2. They're pretty much set because I wasn't going to do a ton of day trading. Put in the comments below or join our Discord for further discussion on what you think with your lineups. And it'll be fascinating because when we get to free practice session 1, that is when everything is going to go crazy. I'd like to promo for you our season-long league. Code in the description as well as on our screen. This is where you get to learn. We have over 1,000 teams in this league, and it's so great for everyone to be able to look at other different lineups, see how they're doing their strategy, and then you can learn and grow. Our number 1 in our league for the world right now, Ben C. from Australia. He's on top after the home Grand Prix. His last race, he ran Perez, Leclerc, Alonso got -5, Sainz got -5, Bottas 20, Ferrari 44. So even with -10 points, he was able to have consistency to be number 1.
I find it interesting on my teams. I have 3 teams, and my first 2 that had Ferrari as a constructor around the 650 to 680. And my team that had the Haas is only at 501. So I'm contemplating unjoining my team 3.
To raise up the percentages? Yeah, that's what happened last season. That buoyed up our season-long league to be on the top 5. So that's the thing. You want a good constructor. I know people want really good drivers, but the constructors are pivotal in making sure you are winning your leagues. Having a lower constructor is never the play, unless you're day trading. Right now, Haas is shooting up all over the place. So you probably want to keep them until they stop peaking, and then you can switch them over to a points pick. This now brings us to our 1 race challenge for Imola. As you can see, there's no custom graphics or banners. We just made it. We need at least 10 people to join, and it would be great to have as many people have been joining in the past. If we get over 50, then we're a part of the large leagues. Let's go 4 for 4, 4 weeks in a row on the top 5 leaderboard. But this is where you get to stack yourself up against everyone else. Then the top 3 scoring positions we will then add to our leaderboard on our spreadsheet. You get 25 points for a gold, 18 points for a silver, 15 points for a bronze. That way that you're able to do alternative strategies, swing for the fences, and you have that opportunity throughout the season, no matter when you join our 1 race challenge. Congratulations, Dad, because you got bronze last race. Paola got it the race before. Dominick got it the first race. Maybe this is my turn to get a bronze.
No, so like, what are you waiting for, man?
I'm waiting for Dominick to get a silver so I can follow his example and get a silver.
What if you get good and just get it yourself?
Oh, okay. I'll do my best.
Don't forget, though, that we take base points. So if you use a Mega Driver, that's fine. It'll count for any of the other leagues that your team submitted in. But if you use a Mega Driver in our 1 race challenge, we will take that driver and divide by 3. And only take the base points. This way, it's not just a whoever decided the Mega Drive this week gets all the points. So link in the description below, code on the top right-hand corner and on the screen. It's now time for League DRD. we have concluded the preseason. And like Paola's famous words, if we're focused too much on the preseason, she's going to beat us in the regular season. So let's kick on over and see how we did in our scores. So we had me and Dad squaring off for the last race of the preseason. My Perez was beat out by Dad turboing Ocon. Just 6 points difference. Dad's Verstappen, because of his DNF, was handily beaten by my Bottas. And then me turboing Gasly was way overpowered than Alonso's -5 points. Oof. Okay, Dad. This means that you were able to get 1 crown. I was able to get 2. I guess there's not really much better you could have done. Ocon was the play.
Yep.
He could have picked a better team and scored more.
Yeah, I could have guessed Verstappen DNF and go like Paola and say, I trust Perez more than Verstappen.
Yeah.
If Verstappen hadn't, Dad would have probably won 2 out of the 3.
Yes, but that's
And
where reliabilities came in.
I also would have probably won 2 out of 3, which means that I would have ended in first. Dang it, Verstappen. Why'd you do this to me?
Well, I'm glad I listened to Paola's wisdom, picking Perez over Verstappen. Perez, with 35 points, was able to beat Dominick's turboed Verstappen. Wow. But then Paola's Alonso was no match for Norris. Good pick, Dominick. I think you were the only one who had Norris on one of your lineups. And then your Bottas would have tied Ocon, but Paola turboed Ocon and got the 40 points.
That was a pretty good move.
Good move indeed. So then we're going to kick it over to the spreadsheet to see how everything panned out. Me with 6 crowns, Dominick 5, Dad 4, Paola 3. That means I get the number 1 seed going into the regular season. Funny enough, I was able to get the most points in the preseason with 256. Dominick had 243, Dad with 211, and 185 for Paola. So it seems like our crowns kind of correlated with the amount of points scored.
So that makes sense.
That makes sense. So now we're going to explain how the regular season works. So during preseason, we drafted 4 drivers. We put 3 of them head to head. Now, in the regular season, we have what are called King's races and court races. We will still draft 4 drivers, but 2 of them we'll put in the King's race, 2 of them we'll put in the court race. You'll get a championship point or a crown for winning either of those 2 races versus your opponent. And then it's like King of the Hill style. If you're able to win 2 King's races in a row, then you get 2 championship points. And we always will have the 2 defending kings face each other each race week. So if I go against Paola for the first race week because I have the most crowns and she has the least crowns and she beats me in the King's race, then that means she'll go against whoever had the King race victory for the other 2 guys. So then that means you can get your strategy on if you're going to prioritize your best 2 drivers in the King's race or the court race, which now, if you don't get a crown, you get a credit. And credits are used to buy power-ups. Now, this is the big change we have from last year. Last year, a wild card, which means that you could buy a 3rd driver for your lineup, was 3 credits. We did the math. And in the off season, we have found that it's actually going to be better to make it 2 credits. So, for 1 credit, you can turbo a driver. For 2 credits, you can mega driver, which is times 3, or for 2 credits, you can wildcard and get a 3rd driver. And it's up to you which of those 2 options you want to use. Okay, here we go. My first opponent will be Paola. Dad and Dominick will be squaring off.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I was using Paula's strategy. Let you and Dominic feel comfortable, and then we'll see what happens in the regular season.
Really now, you were trying to make yourself feel better, I see.
Is it working?
We will find out. Let us review who our wild cards are going to be. Hamilton's above 21, so he will be a wild card. Leclerc is above 21. Ocon is at 20. Oh, he's very close. Russell's above 21, sitting at 28. So we still have our 3 wild cards. Now here's the other thing that will change. during the regular season, you have what's called a keeper. That means one of the 4 drivers that you draft, you have to keep for the following week. And then that's where the strategy will all come into play. But it's the first race. It is no keepers on the table. Oh, yeah, that's right. There are no turbos. Yep, no mega drivers, no wild cards. Let us start off match 2 because I have the high seat, so I'm going to have Dad and Dominic go first.
You say we don't have turbo?
If there's no credits to spend,
Yeah.
because it costs 1 credit to buy a turbo, 2 credits for either a wild card or a mega driver. So for this first race, everybody is raw scores. Oh yeah, that's the last thing. During the preseason, we had uncapped points. During the regular season, we have floors and ceilings. No driver can go in the negatives. No driver can go above 30 points. Okay, bro. Since you had more crowns than Dad in the regular season, I guess you get to elect to draft first or second.
For drivers, the quality streaks is still 5, right?
Correct. So no one's up for it right now.
That's a good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, I was like, I've not really kept track of that last season, but that might be something good to consider.
Well, that's interesting. For example, if you had a driver you think's going to finish in the top 10 this race, then you can have him as your keeper to lock them in for the race or quality streak for next race. Because Perez has 3 for his quality streak, so if you pick him up this race, then he's sitting at 4 for next race. And if he's your keeper, then you can make sure that you can get those bonus 5 points if he's finished in the top 10.
So who else is at 3 since you're mentioning
Ocon is sitting at 3 in his race streak. So that means if you pick him up and have him as your keeper, then you can get plus 10 points if he's able to finish in the top 10 next race.
See you have it listed
Man,
right there. Yeah.
Based on some of those people who didn't finish last race, going first, I don't even know if picking first is advantageous. I guess my first pick is going to be Signs. We're starting low.
Okay. Now, for those of you that are watching, if they are listed in green, that's because they DNF'd. And therefore, they're all considered 20. And whoever you draft on the left-hand side, based off of the finishing order of the last race, will then decide the column. So as you can see, Dominick picked up Signs. So that means the next draft pick has to come from those available in his column. So the lower you draft, the more options you get for your next pick. Okay, Dad, you're next.
You know my favorite constructor, so I'll go with Perez and then Verstappen. And they'll probably disappoint me like they did last race, but oh well.
Dad going double with the Red Bulls. Wow. Okay, then who are you drafting with Signs?
How is Ocon averaging 20? That's crazy.
You don't want him.
Yes, I do. The question is, how do I work around and make sure I get him?
Well, do you want Vettel? It'd be easy if you wanted Vettel.
I don't want Vettel, though. How is Alonso averaging 3 points? What is going on here, dude?
Because he's DNF 2 out of 3 races.
Oh, man.
The only reason Verstappen's got 13 points because he won a race, but he's also DNF 2 out of 3 races.
Okay, well, let me look at it this way. Let's go to where Ocon is. Who is the absolute last person? The highest I could go is Magnussen. Oh, yeah. Why am I not picking Magnussen? It seems like a pretty good pickup.
Wow, averaging 16 points. That's pretty good.
So Magnussen, then I can pick up Ocon.
Or do you want to draft Ocon and then Magnussen?
Yeah.
Dad, you drafted Verstappen, which gives you the pick of anybody.
I trust Norris in bad weather, so I'm going with Norris. He's a British driver. Since I can't have Russell and I can't have Hamilton.
And Norris gives you 3 options: Latifi, Alonso, or Vettel.
Latifi.
Isn't it strange? The Latifi actually has a higher average than Alonso.
And both have crashed just as many times, too.
I was like, but think about it. Do you think if Alonso can actually finish a race, he's going to still be under Latifi?
Okay, I'll pick Alonso.
My plan worked.
And when he finishes high up there, you're going to be saying, whoa, man, I shouldn't have given him that clue.
No, he was going to pick him anyway.
So, Dominic, your last pick. So, Magnussen gets anyone, Bottas, or down?
That's good, because I'm going to pick up Bottas.
Okay, I'm going to draft first. And I'm going to pick Verstappen.
Dang it.
Oh!
Dun,
Hey,
dun, dun.
Paola, you get to draft 2. Who's your first draft pick?
That's what's so funny is I was gonna say right before you guys like, yeah, but I got my thinking hat on now, not my preferences. It's real season, not preseason.
Right?
Okay, then I will go with the obvious choices. Perez, then Sainz.
Yes,
In
because
order.
Sainz will give a much bigger option.
Yep.
Okay, now you'll notice that Sainz was a little too high, but this is why we did the green rule, because the spreadsheet will randomize them, and then the 3 greens always rotate. So that avoids that whole situation. Okay, I'm going to pick up Norris. And then with Norris, my third pick will be Alonso.
You trust Alonso too, huh?
But more than Latifi. Okay, then you, with your signs, can pick up pretty much anybody.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'll go with Ocon.
And then Ocon can get you Magnussen, Tsunoda, or Latifi.
Go with Magnussen.
And Alonso will allow me to pick up Ricardo.
Ricardo over Norris, huh? Oh, you
I
have
have
Norris.
both.
You're going full in
Ricardo
McLaren.
over Bottas.
Can't
I don't know why I have no trust in Ricardo this season.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got anyone that he's got to fight on track. So.
Yeah.
And if he is, he's probably going to be really aggressive in the rain because that's the type of guy he is. So this will be interesting to see what happens. Let's now go to our teams.
Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna regret not
Now,
picking Ricardo.
In the
No.
preseason, we would reveal our drivers one at a time. That's not how it works in the regular season. We are going to reveal both our Kings and Court Race at the exact same time. Dad and Dominic, you're up first, so you're going to be typing in lineups. Remember, there's no credits to be spent, so it is just you and your 4 drivers. 2 of them will be in the Kings Race, 2 of them in the Court Race. 3, 2, 1, reveal! So now we've got our lineups. We've got... Dad has put Perez and Norris in the Kings race.
As you can tell, I don't trust Verstappen enough to put him in my Kings race at this point, but I like his upside.
And then that's going to face off against Dominick, Sainz, and Ocon. And then Dad's putting Verstappen and Alonso in the court race to match up against Magnussen and Bottas. Now, remember, these are not head-to-head. It's just the cumulative score between your 2 drivers.
Notice I put the 2 that DNF twice in the court race.
The ones with reliability issues. Interesting strategies. It's time for Paola and myself. Okay, who am I going to put where? All ready? 3, 2, 1, reveal! So Paola is putting Sainz and Ocon in the Kings race to face off against my Verstappen and Norris. And then she's putting Perez and Magnussen to face off against my Alonso and Ricardo. Interesting.
She must have liked what Dominic's choice was because she duplicated his Kings race.
Yeah.
Sainz and Ocon. Sainz is steady, Ocon's steady. And then you have Verstappen.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The season has started. Let's see what
I think it'll be close.
Yeah, I think it will be close. It's now time for the Game Center. Dad has cooked up his great questions. I don't think any of us studied like we should have. Hopefully you at home have, and you're going to put in the comments how it goes on your end as you play along with us. Dad, take it away.
So this week is called flags. We'll see how well you guys can describe flags to each other. And so Dominic will tell you a little more about the rules.
Okay, so after some deliberation, we've come to a very succinct thing, okay? He's going to give us a question. We're going to be allowed to find just enough information that hopefully we know what the flag is. Whoever's turn it is will describe the flag to the other 2 people with a single clue that is what we're saying, a single striking characteristic of the flag. So I can't say that the United States is red, white, and blue with stripes, white stripes, and a bunch of stars. You gotta pick one of those things. And then I will get, if I'm the person who's describing, I will get 1 point for each of the 2 of them who get it right. So I can get up to 2 points, and then each of them will get 1 point if they get it right. So 2 points possible for the person describing, and 1 point max for the people who are guessing.
And so in that case, they'll have to put their answer in the thread so they don't hear each other's answer.
Okay, I'll put this as game center.
So Dominic gets the first clue. What number do you pick?
How many numbers do I got? What's
1, 2, or 3?
Let's go with 1. Let's see what happens.
Sure. The clue is name the country of the driver who is currently in the 10th place in the driver standing. Describe the flag.
And this is why I'm allowed to look up a little information, because otherwise I'd probably be describing a random flag right now and just hoping that was correct. Okay, so let me see. 10th place. Oh, interesting. Interesting. The only thing I'm going to say about this flag, this is my one hint. It's a blue cross.
Okay, it's a blue cross. That's the one clue. So, Paola, you and I are going to type in the Discord.
I know. Wait.
Guys, I don't know. Listen, you better know. I'm getting points from you knowing, so y'all better know this.
You ready, Paola?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, reveal.
Very good.
Okay.
Your guys' gain is my gain.
So we put Finland and Paola and
Hold on, but don't look. So who is in 10th place then?
Both us.
Yes.
All right, good. Good.
Does she get an extra point? No, just joking.
No, I get an extra point because I'm awesome. All right.
Okay.
That made me feel better because that was slightly easier than I thought.
That was definitely probably the easiest one you could have done.
Clue. Good clue.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeanmark, which number do you want? Either 2 or 3?
3.
3. Name the country of the driver who's in 4th position in the driver standing.
Okay, let me look at the standings really quickly. You said driver in...
Sorry, in the 4th position, yes.
4th position.
Yep.
It's a little easier than 10th position, I think.
Okay, the clue is eagle.
Oh, come on. I mean, okay, sure.
The only thing that helps is the combination of 4th and eagle.
Like I said, yeah, fourth place definitely makes that one hopefully a little easier.
Yeah. If it had been 8th, okay. I think.
If he needed to ask 19th place and Jeanmark said eagle, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Who on earth is that?
Okay, type in the Discord.
3, 2, 1.
Reveal. They
You
said
guys got it
Mexico.
right. Mexico. And
Great.
who's driver for Mexico?
Perez.
It's
Very
Checo.
Okay, so that goes with second question will be for you, Paola.
Okay.
And that is name the country of the driver standing in the 3rd place. Describe the flag. For the 3rd, sorry, no, not 3rd, sorry. It was 3rd. It's 6th place driver.
Okay.
Describe the flag, 6th place driver in the driver standing. 6th place.
I know who it is.
Actually, no, who's in 6th place, so you're going to have to describe this really good.
You know how I know who it was? Because Dad made a mess up and accidentally said 3rd. So
This
he
is
would have been in
hard.
3rd and now it's dropped to 6th.
This is hard to describe. I want to get points.
Who is in 6th right now? And they were just in 3rd.
You're going to probably have to get creative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go with 3 words. Okay, I can use more than 1 word, 3 words, right?
You can only describe, one characteristic. So, you can use as many words as you want for that characteristic.
Blue rectangle at the bottom.
Blue rectangle at the bottom.
So, blue rectangle at the bottom.
Rectangle.
That's what I was thinking myself when she said that.
Blue.
Interesting. She didn't say blue stripe at the bottom. She said blue rectangle. Ooh, interesting. Paola had a poker face. She didn't give any information away with her reaction to that.
I feel like my best chance getting this right is knowing who was in third place and then drop the sixth. Blue rectangle at the bottom. But you mentioned stripe. I mean, that's pretty much what I was assuming, but...
Yeah, it's probably synonymous.
Okay, well, we'll give this a go.
3, 2, 1, reveal! We put the Netherlands.
Look, if Jeanmark put Netherlands, then I'm probably right. It's Verstappen, yeah? Verstappen, 3rd to 6th?
Very good. That was great.
So Paola gets 2, Dominick and I get 1, so we're now all tied at 4 at the end of one round.
That's where I would have fallen out of the standings if I hadn't gotten lucky. Oh, man, that would have been rough.
Okay, for the second round, we're dealing with constructors. So, Jeanmark, if you get to go first on this one, what's your first?
Number 3.
Number 3. Describe the flag from the country with a constructor in 8th place.
8th place.
8th place.
You know, I may not need to look this up because I know one team hasn't scored any points and one team scored 1 point. The problem is that's 9 and 10th. So who's 8th?
Hey man, if you want to play that game. But then again, if
really, this team is a lot lower than I thought.
I was like, if he doesn't get the flag right, we don't get points either.
Yeah, I just need the flag clue.
Okay.
Wait, but the flags are easy for constructors.
We'll see.
Maybe. Ugh.
Okay.
I bet you he was wishing he had that second. He had the option to do 2 different descriptors now.
No. I got it. The problem is I have to remember which side. If I say the wrong side, I'm going to get in trouble. So I might have to be vague.
Which side? Then you're thinking of that
probably
this is way too many clues. Okay, I'm just going to keep it simple. Green stripe on the side.
Green stripe on the side. Green stripe.
Ready. Wait, what? I can't think of the constructor, but I know the flag.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, but which side? Remember, he was like, "Oh, I need to take a side." Green stripe on the side.
You should use game theory here.
Am I thinking about this? I don't know. Okay.
But hold on.
See, I can only look at the constructor. I can't be looking up flags. That's the thing. So I'm having to do this based off my memory. So I tried to be vague enough because I know I'm right. I just don't want to say a wrong thing.
Who do I think is in 8th right now, though? I feel like, again, I think this more comes down to if I knew who was in 8th. Okay, hold on. Let me think about the constructors.
You know, bro, you should just go down the list of constructors and figure out who's got green in their flag.
That's what I'm, yeah, no,
it'd
that's
probably
what
be
I'm trying to
simpler.
figure out. I mean, there's one that, like, immediately jumps at me. But the thing is, on the side. I mean, usually when I think side, I think... Okay, I'm gonna go with the one that's off the top of my head.
All right, you guys can put in the...
Wait, are we writing in the constructor or are we writing in the flag?
Flags. Which flag?
The country.
Which country? The country that the flag represents.
Okay.
Ready?
So when you guys are ready, you can put in the threads.
3, 2, 1.
And they said Italy.
Is it Italy?
It is Italy. So which constructor is it? Which one comes from Italy? That is in 8th place. Yeah.
Well, it's not Ferrari.
That's true.
AlphaTauri.
Oh yeah, thanks for not letting me guess. Hold on, let me use the restroom real quick.
Oh yeah, I guess I knew the answer. But here's the thing, AlphaTauri, I completely forgot, right? Because I know Aston Martin has got 0 points. I know that Williams just got 1 point. But it completely blew my mind because AlphaTauri is just back of the pack right now. And that's because Tsunoda had some DNF issues. Gasly hasn't been able to qualify because he was averaging P5, P6 last season in qualifying. He hasn't been that close this year. And Haas, of course, got 2 good haul of points with Magnussen. And Alfa Romeo has been able to get Bottas and then the 1 point from Guan Yu Zhou. So, yeah, I'm just surprised that AlphaTauri is back in 8th. What are you smiling about, Dad? What's so funny?
Paul goes, sad.
Well, I feel bad for Gasly because I feel like he's just... I feel like he has much more potential than what he's been able to show. I feel like last year there were some pretty good races from him. Like when he's given the chance, he seems to like take it and do well. And
that almost sounds like Verstappen when he actually can finish a race.
yeah.
Okay, who's next?
I just really thought like Gasly was gonna be like, I don't know, at the level of like Sainz and I don't know what Norris was last year.
I'm actually just mostly surprised AlphaTauri's in 8th.
Yeah.
Not based off of. I've watched the races, but they get so little fanfare that it didn't even occur to me.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Paula's turn. Which number? 1 or 2?
2.
Okay. Describe the flag of the country with the constructor in the 5th place in the standings.
Constructor in 5th place. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, okay. Interesting. Dang it.
5th place.
Okay, 1 clue. I'm gonna maintain my rectangle clues. Blue rectangle on the left.
Ready, bro?
I wish I'd studied my flags. I wish I had studied them a little bit better than that. Blue rectangle on the left, especially since some of these flags look almost the same, but have different orders. Again, I think it's almost more about if I can remember who's in 5th place right now. Let's see, there's 1st place. Obviously, they don't have a blue rectangle on the left. 4th place. Who is in 4th place?
Doesn't matter. You just need to know who's in 5th.
Yeah, but no, because then it's process of elimination, right? Obviously, if they're in 4th, they can't be in 5th.
Okay, bro. Or you can just go through the 10 teams and say where they're from.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I think I know who it is. Let's go for it.
3, 2, 1, reveal! And we said France.
That is correct.
So it's Alpine, yeah?
Yep, Alpine. Very good. You guys are doing pretty good so far. Okay, so that leaves us with Dominic. You get 1. Question number 1. Unfortunately for you. Okay. Describe the flag of the country whose constructor is in 7th place.
Yeah, you're right, man.
I don't think that's that hard.
Oh, well, at least I get 1 point.
Because he knows it without hearing the description.
If I think give a good clue.
Give a good clue.
Unless you're trying to make us split the time. You already know.
I don't want to say anything because I think that might be...
Bro, you looked up which constructor was in 7th, right?
Yeah, but it's more about technicalities and stuff now.
See, I was thinking you were going to be...
if it's who I think it is, you can use 1 word.
If you can use but 1 word, then use the 1 word. Unless you're trying to get...
What is he thinking of?
And just have Jeanmark get ahead by giving me a bad clue, by giving us a bad clue, and Jeanmark's going to guess it anyway.
Oh. Yeah, you could put dinosaur as the clue.
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
And then that's you and Jeanmark winning.
Yeah.
No. If he gives a clue that's that bad, we immediately both get a point and he gets 0. Okay. What one word is he thinking of? Okay, stars?
Yep, that's the one word I was going to put. Do you hear the clue? The clue was stars.
Stars with an S.
Let me just run. I think I know what it is, but let me run down the constructors real quick. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
One choice. Okay.
3, 2, 1, reveal. USA we put.
Yeah.
Good. Which constructor?
Big good old Haas.
Okay, that's round 2. What's the scores?
8
all
across
tied up.
for everyone.
Okay.
You're gonna have to start getting some really weird stuff.
Don't worry. We actually have a tie break that's going to be really interesting. But
Yeah.
anyways,
I like the sound of that.
so round 3. I guess it's Paola. Which one do you want?
3.
3. Okay. Describe the flag of the circuit of round 14, which is August 26th and 28th.
I don't know any of his races.
Yeah, but she can look it up. She's
can
allowed to
look
look
up
up
the
the race.
No,
Yeah.
but like in the past, it's just my general knowledge of the teams and stuff that's been carrying me. I don't know which race is 14.
Give me a second.
Yeah, but
Process of
all we
elimination.
have to do is guess off of her clue. We don't have to know the race. It helps.
Yeah, but if I don't know what the flag of that country is, that's not going to help me either.
Bro, in the
Okay.
past, before COVID hit, they pretty much had the same exact like calendar, and you and I would play the Formula One games, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember which one 14 is.
No, but you can kind of tell which one's more in August, right? Because August
No.
has the summer break. So if it's August 14th, then it's before the summer break.
Yeah,
Right.
trust me. In,
So
in the games, they don't say, "Hey, here's summer break."
Bro, you don't know this?
Mm-mm.
Do you know the race that's immediately after summer break?
No.
There's always the same race that's after summer break, and there's always the same 2 races before summer break.
Okay,
Okay.
Paola.
I know.
Put in the comments below. Do you guys know the number 1 race? It always happens after the summer break.
Okay. Round 14, correct?
Yep. We're
Correct.
describing the flag for the country of the circuit.
I don't think any other has this, so I'm gonna go with left black stripe.
Left, black, stripe. Exactly what I thought. So, like I said, guys, before COVID, it was always the same circuit after. But I didn't double check the calendar, so this might be before summer break. But anyways,
Think about the flags on those.
which track is always in August?
Don't know. That doesn't help.
Which track? I mean, what flag has? What did you say? Black left.
She did say a black stripe, which almost immediately removes like 90% of the flags I could even think about. Which one? Wait a second. Hold on. I'm sorry, Paola. I'm sorry, because here's the thing. My failure affects you too. Oh. I wonder if that's it. Okay. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, reveal! We put Belgium.
You got it?
Dad is muted.
Oh,
That is correct. Very good. I like
Belgium.
this.
So
Everyone.
Belgium is the one right after break.
Yeah, Spa-Francorchamps is usually right after summer break. Because usually what you have is you have Spa followed by Monza right after the summer break. And right before the summer break, you usually have Hungary and Austria.
Okay.
Man,
so Hungary is.
hoping-
And Britain's usually in July. So it's usually like Britain, Hungary, and Britain, Austria, Hungary. I can't remember. It's usually Hungary before the summer break. And then you have Belgium and Monza right after the summer break.
Right. So Hungary is on 7/31/22, and Belgium is on 8/28/22.
Here's the thing.
This is
Here's the
summer.
thing.
That's summer break. Yeah.
I'm hoping that I get Brazil somehow and not the United Kingdom. I don't even know how you go about describing that one.
Are we allowed
well,
to use the time? We can't say the name of the flag, right?
You can't say Union Jack. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
like-
Way too easy.
United Kingdom's flag's got everything going on. I don't know how do you describe that?
Good luck. Okay. So let's see. So Dominic, which one do you want? 1 or 2?
as I stated previously, not if one of those is the United Kingdom, I don't want it. Okay, well, I did one last time, and also one the second time.
So you're going with one this time?
Do I break from tradition? Nah, let's go with one. See what happens.
Good. You would have regretted that. Okay.
It'll be England. You know what? For round 3, I'm guessing England no matter what you say.
But here's the thing, though. The England flag's different from the Great Britain flag.
Okay, United Kingdom, whatever. You know what I mean.
Okay. Are you ready?
That would be easy.
Okay. Describe the flag from the race round 22, November 18 through 20.
Round 22. I'm so glad I can look
Round
this
22. There are 23 races on the calendar. And it's in November. So it's starting to get cold. So you got to decide where would they put these races in the world when it's that late in the year.
Okay, hold on.
Also, I know my history, so I could give more clues, but I'm going to wait on that.
See, around 22.
We all know that
it's November what?
It's November 18 through 20.
We all know that.
Come on. You're telling me I would have regretted the other choice?
Yep.
I think I saw it when I was looking at my clue.
Good.
But
That's
We
good.
all know that the last race of the season is Abu Dhabi, okay? That's in the middle of the East. So where would they fly in from before that, right? I'm not going to say any more because Dominic's got to give us a flag clue.
November 18 through 20. Oh, my.
That's your birthday weekend.
Hooray. No, it's not, but hooray. Oh, well, I mean, I guess. Maybe, technically.
Yeah, technically.
Come on, man. You're telling me the other one's worse?
Yep.
Him struggling this much makes me think maybe I don't have the right flag.
Yeah, because if it's the one you were thinking about, probably I would just...
Huh.
Jeanmark.
I feel like everyone's playing mind games.
Jeanmark, it shows on the schedule that there's 22 rounds.
Yes, that's because they still need to find a placement for Russia.
Well,
then that's
I'm
a clue
going by
then.
what is
Dad just
currently
gave a clue
posted.
that he said that instead of 23 races, Donic's actually describing the last race of the season. And I've already kind of said where that's located.
Yes. Look, this all works out for me just fine. Look, if y'all know what it is, that's great.
So give us a clue then.
We still have to confirm. Clue.
Pick
This
to
one
confirm.
is if I'm glad you guys think you know what it is because that's gonna make this easier. But like the problem is, it's not so simple. This one is not so simple to describe. Green bar top right.
Okay, I think that's enough.
Then
I need to
it's
say
what-
the right country though.
okay, guys can put it on this.
Hold on. What I'm thinking, is that the name of the country though? That's the name of the city that the track's in, but I don't think that's the name of the country.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Oh. No. Oh.
I better not lose because of ignorance.
Oh, shoot. Wait, that's not the country. What Jeanmark said.
I'll give you a hint. It's not Australia.
No, I know that, but it's the country.
I think that's how I say it, or I spell that.
Okay, you guys ready to put it in there?
Give her time, man. Let her figure it out.
I'm gonna write something in.
My future in this game highly depends on her.
No.
Actually,
I know it has the words. It has the word of an airline. But I'm getting a little bit stuck on the first two words.
You may not need to say the words if it's an acronym, right? We didn't have to put United States of America. We just put USA.
we definitely needed clarification on that one.
Wait, what?
If
He's
you're saying
saying
that, if you're saying that there's multiple words in the name of the country, if the country has
Right.
an acronym, you could just put the acronym, is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, okay. I think I can. Wait, politics. And the is where the. Okay.
For somebody.
Okay, will you give it to me with the acronyms? I think I know the acronyms. I don't think.
We'll see what it puts. What you guys
I was
put?
about to say, for somebody who would benefit so greatly for Paola getting it wrong, Jeanmark's sure helping out a lot.
Because this is the point of the game is to learn. Okay, 3, 2, 1, reveal. United Arab Emirates, UAE, is that correct?
As Abu Dhabi.
Okay, is it Abu Dhabi, though, within the United Arab Emirates?
They say that the United Emirates was a different race.
Abu Dhabi is the capital of the United Arab Emirates.
Okay, great.
Wait,
I have to add that to my little card here.
Country. Yeah, United UAE is a country in the Middle East, and then Abu Dhabi is a what in the Middle East?
It's a city. Abu Dhabi is the city.
City in the Middle East. Yep. Okay.
Okay, great.
So what is it? United Arab
Emirates.
Emirates. Okay.
United Arab Emirates.
It's a good thing that Abu Dhabi, because I just looked this up. It's a good thing that Abu Dhabi is not the name of the country, because I would have had no idea. Like, it's probably easier to describe, but so Abu Dhabi's flag is like a white box in the top left, and then the rest of it's like a red. Like, it reminds me of when I used to go on Paint on our Microsoft, 97, right? Sometimes you just fill the background with red, and then you just put a box.
So I can't quite remember, but the UAE, doesn't it have a black triangle?
The flag of the United Arab Emirates is red bar on the left, and then 3 green, white, black.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't have a triangle. I forgot. Yeah, that's right. You said bar.
It's green, not black, white, green.
So there's a red on the left, and then all of the bars stemming out from that, starting at the top, is green, white, black.
What is the Jordan? I'm thinking of the Jordan flag.
Is it
that has
inverted?
Black. Jordan flag has it's really similar because they also have red, but it's in triangle, and then it's black, white, green instead of green, white, black.
I see. Okay. Good to
Okay.
learn.
So now we're on the Jeanmark. You get 2.
Okay.
That's the only option. It's describe the flag of the country that's having the race round 8 from June 10, which is my birthday, through 12.
Dad's birthday race. Well, let's go find out what that is. And Dad already said it was going to be difficult. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Makes me wonder what it could
that's
be.
not too bad. You just won't get it. Okay. Turquoise bar at the top.
What?
Turquoise bar at the top.
If-
Bar.
My mind literally went blank.
Okay, maybe I won't say bar. I'll say turquoise
Nothing in there.
stripe, I guess. Same thing.
I mean, did we suspect it was something else?
I just want to clarify it because Dominick used the term bar differently when he was doing his guess, right? He was saying something on the side, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because but did you see where the problem with mine was? I can't just say left bar on the red bar on the left, because then that could have been like that doesn't properly show. Yeah. So,
Canada has a red bar on the left.
the one advantage though of playing the racing games is that they do show you the flags on tracks, right? And you say blue bar on top, and I'm like,
I didn't say blue, though. I said turquoise.
Whatever. So
there's a lot of flags with blue, okay? A navy blue. This is not navy blue.
Okay,
This is turquoise.
fair, because that definitely could make a difference. But I do remember playing, and now I do remember there is one flag. It was one flag that really stands out because of its color palette. That's all I'm going to say. So I think I know what it is.
Wait, give me a second. And
I had a better clue. Oh!
Yep,
I can't give it, but I'll say it after you guys guess. I just thought of a cool, clever way of doing a better clue.
Turquoise.
And now I just have to pray that that's actually the country and not just the place that it's located.
Okay, let me. Wait, is this the last question before?
This is the last question of the third round. Yep.
Always
This will
was not-
decide how tiebreakers go forward. So
It's
you know
not-
it's the 8th round. It's in June. Let me give you some clues.
Paola, no. Oh, okay.
Oh, Dominick wants an advantage here. He wants to go to
No,
me.
because look, is this the last round?
Last
Yeah.
question of the last
If Paola
round.
doesn't get this right, I win.
No.
Jeanmark and Paola would both lose a point.
Oh.
But you know what?
That's
In the
true. Dominick could win with this. Interesting.
In the spirit of the game. In the
Yeah.
spirit of the game, tell her what you
Okay.
think.
In the spirit of the game, this track is always paired with the track before it. Okay? And that means that the track before it, a street track.
There's only so many street tracks.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
It's the 8th race of the season. It's in June. And what did you say the date was? June 10th?
10th. Yeah, the race is 12th, but the weekend starts on the 10th.
Okay, then
on my
that means that
birthday.
the race
But just hold
before
on.
it is in May, and it's a street circuit.
Okay. That makes it. That makes the street race. It's not.
Out loud. I'm not changing my answer. So if you can think of it, you can just say it out loud.
Type
I've
yourself-
already typed it in.
Oh,
But
you
like
just
I
have to
said,
know-
if she says it correctly, I'm not gonna harp on it. Like, hey, no, you gotta.
That makes the street race Monaco. But I don't know what's tied with Monaco.
Well, I didn't want to give too much away.
And
But I gave you at
Monaco.
least a clue.
Tokyo, is it gonna be something really like it's
gonna be
not
something-
Tokyo?
It's going to be
It's not-
something hard. It's going to be
It's not. Yeah, like flag wise, I'm only thinking like no, but it's not Austria because
I will say,
not-
Dad was right. I definitely did not want to pick two.
it's not Brazil because that's green all over. It's not. I just don't know what the Hungarian one looks like. And then there's like Azerbaijan, but I have no idea what that flag looks like.
So here's the good news, Paul. Let's take a little pressure off you. You know, if you don't get it, then you and Jeanmark get up to the tie break for the second.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I don't know.
Well, you got a guess. At
Wait,
least
wait,
type in your
wait,
guess.
wait. Yeah. At least guess something.
Yeah,
No. And like I said, you
something.
don't have to. Hey, just say something right now. Like, don't.
Yeah,
That
don't say it. Type it. Type it. Type your guess.
Type it.
No, I
Type a
will.
guess.
Okay.
Type a
Makes
guess.
me feel like I just said it. But where do I type it? If I go on the thing, I'll see it.
No, because he hasn't revealed it yet. Neither of you guys have revealed it yet.
Okay.
So type it, and we'll tell you when to reveal it when you're done typing.
You guys ready?
But I'm gonna. Okay.
I'm 90% sure she's gonna get this right.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Reveal! And he said
Hey, look at that.
Azerbaijan.
I don't know
Very
if
good.
either of us spelled it correctly, but I think mine was more close than hers.
Yeah, I don't think I spelled it correctly.
So Azerbaijan, I didn't want to tell you that it was a street circuit that followed a street circuit because that would be way too much clues, right? But
just
Azerbaijan
say it was
has
a street
traditionally
circuit.
always followed Monaco.
Oh. Well, that is something new that I've learned. I didn't know it was tied to it.
Okay.
But Azerbaijan.
Well, at least I didn't go with Hungary. Was what I was gonna. What is the
Hungary's
Hungarian?
like red, white, red.
Red,
No, that's
white,
Austria. Hungary.
red, white, and green.
Oh, red, white, green. Thank you. Yeah. Red,
Yeah.
white, green is Hungary.
That was the only one I couldn't think of because I'm like Japan, and then I thought maybe Singapore, but I know Singapore doesn't have blue. I don't. What does Singapore look like?
Okay, don't look them up because remember we're doing lightning round.
So
Okay.
how's lightning round?
Here's
work?
a, here's
Just
a
whoever gets it
lightning
first?
round. So whoever types it and reveals it on the thread first gets it. And I'm
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna,
get the Discord ready.
Describe the flag.
Oh, shoot.
I'm gonna
Okay.
do what you guys said. I'm gonna give one clue instead of describing the whole flag. And if none of you get it, then we go to the next one. And there's
Okay.
7 of them.
Okay, I
Okay.
just
on
want
me.
to type it.
You guys
Only
ready?
get one guess.
Yeah.
One guess, one clue. Are you ready?
Nope.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Red circle.
Oh.
Oh, Dominick's fast.
Oh, typing fingers. Unless we're wrong.
No.
No, you're correct.
Dominick put in Japan.
Nice.
Dude, I was like, you ain't never seen me type so fast in my life.
Okay. There's 7 total, so let's see who gets the second one.
Oh,
Okay.
no. I didn't win immediately?
Do you want to win immediately?
Nah, that's not fun.
Okay,
here we go.
You guys ready?
Nope.
Yellow stripe on the bottom.
Yellow stripe on the bottom.
On the bottom? Oh. Wait, hold on.
Oh, that's yellow stripe on the bottom. Oh. Yellow stripe on the bottom is
Paula got it.
It's Ukraine.
Germany. Okay, congratulations.
Yellow stripe on the bottom is Germany?
Germany.
I thought it was Germany, but I was like, no, that can't be right.
Spain has a yellow in the middle, but it's not it's vertical. It's not horizontal.
Oh, I see.
Germany, good.
Germany was my first thought, but I was like, no, that can't be right.
Oh.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
She even
5.
had enough. Hold on, she had enough time to put question marks behind. That's pretty bold. All right,
Okay.
what's this one?
Because after you said Spain, then I knew it had to be Germany.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
obviously, I only get one choice, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So
Yeah.
that's a downside of going first.
Okay,
All right.
ready?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
5 rows.
5 rows.
Not too many flags have 5 rows.
5 rows.
5 rows.
5 only?
That's correct.
5 rows. 5 rows.
No. No.
I'm probably wrong.
Rows?
Yeah, you're wrong.
What did he say? 5 rows? No.
5 rows. 5
They're on the
rows.
clock. They're on the clock.
5 rows.
It's called the speed round.
Oh.
5 rows.
Oh, I know. It's where what's his name is from?
Thank you. I think I got it right.
No!
Yep. Dominick got it.
Yeah! Woo! Thank you, Paola.
Island.
It has 5 rows. I always thought it had 3.
Let's see.
I think it has white stripes in between the colors, doesn't it?
It has some
Oh, is it like blue, white, red, white, blue?
Mhm.
So it's red, white, thick blue, dark blue, white, and red.
Oh. Okay, Dominick gets another point.
Paola, you accidentally helped me get that one.
Yeah. I was like, I'm almost there.
All right,
Wow,
you guys
so
ready?
apparently I'm not good at these lightning rounds. Falling behind.
Are you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
White plus in the middle.
Oh.
Oh, I think you got it. White plus in the middle.
Yep, Paula got it just a split second before Jeanmark.
Okay, Paola's got another one.
Oh, I should have known that one. What am I even saying?
I lived in France for a year, so I'm familiar with that. And in Cologne-sur-Salève, like in the campus, they have on the rock like graffiti because it's so close to Switzerland. That Switzerland. Sorry, long story short, when I was living in France, I lived right on the border with Switzerland, and some kids from Switzerland got up on the mountain and drew a plus sign against the wall, as if to say, I don't know, this belongs to us, or never forget that.
So now this means Dominick has got 2, Paola 2, and me 0. And there are 3 remaining.
Are you guys ready?
Nope. Let's do it.
Okay. Yellow diamond. Very good.
Thank
come on, I couldn't
you,
even type.
Brazil. I knew before
In
you
the
even
very-
said it. I
in
was
the
about to
very moment.
pre-type Brazil and just slam it in there.
How you did it so fast?
Brazil.
I was like, I was worse, and all of a sudden it just came out. I was like, I don't even think
Crazy that I pre-typed it too, but I was waiting for like the world or something.
I can only give one clue. Sorry.
the world goal. Okay.
All right, ready for the next
He
one?
had that out before I could even finish thinking.
Guys, ready for the next one?
No.
White sword.
What?
White sword.
White sword.
Boom! Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Got it! 2 for 2! Let's do this!
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, okay.
You know how I know that? Because I make the track
guys, this
graphics
literally
and I
comes
put
down
the
to the
flag
last
inside
one.
of the track and the sword always looks cool.
This one comes down to this one right here. Whoever gets this wins.
Okay.
Oh, Paola's pre-typing. She's pre-cogging over here.
Like, which one do I delete?
It's gonna be United Kingdoms. I know it. He saved the worst one for last.
5 stars.
I'm pre-typing. I'm going.
Nope.
Nah, it's not Singapore.
No?
Nope.
This gives me the distinct
Time!
advantage.
Clock! You got a clock! You got a clock!
No, hold
You
up,
got
hold up,
20
hold up,
seconds,
hold up,
bro.
Hold up. Who has stars?
Wait, no! Wait, Beck! Wait, we can't steal?
because we've already.
Thank you, Paola.
Dang it.
Dominick put
give me the answer.
Australia.
Paola carried me through this entire game. Woo!
I thought Singapore did because I was looking it up.
I'm in Singapore.
Y'all realize you gave me enough time to think about it, but I think Paola kind of confirmed.
Singapore flag.
Singapore
It does-
has 5 stars. I think I am also right. It has a moon with 5 stars. See, Paola and I got Singapore
So, but
right.
here's the thing.
so I'll do one more.
Listen.
Oh, he's gonna do one more.
Oh no!
I didn't realize there were 2 with 5 stars.
It was your guys' fault. You guessed the wrong one.
No, we guessed the right one because it has 5 stars.
well,
Okay, he gave a hint that just happened to not be good. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm getting shafted here.
Okay, I'm glad, Paola, you and I didn't get the wrong flag because you and I actually had Singapore.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay,
And
this
you
one's
even
gonna be
beat
United
me to the
Kingdom.
typing. Okay, Dad, you better double check to make sure there's no duplicates over here.
well, I don't know. Let's
Now
see.
you're done throwing him for a loop.
Yeah, you did. Okay. Are you guys ready? Do you have your hands ready? Because this is going to be fast.
All right.
Oh, shoot.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Red maple leaf.
How did you do that so fast? Good job, Paola. You had that pre-cog.
I couldn't even start deleting what I typed.
So wait, how are you guys doing this? You guys are typing out a list and deleting the options instead of typing? How is that fair?
I literally had to.
If you pick the wrong one, you're done for. Oh,
I had
man.
Canada and Spain, and then I just went delete, enter.
Hey, you should have been playing smarter, not harder.
Hey, I came back from a deficit. I'll have you guys know I pre-cogged that Brazil really good.
Congratulations, Paula. That was amazing.
You
Great
hustled
job.
that great, Paola.
I think that was fun. I'm glad you guys hopefully enjoyed it.
That was great.
Fine, I will share. I'm keeping my technical win.
Yeah.
That by the way, Paola still won for me also. So I don't know. Maybe you did win.
I slipstreamed you.
Yeah, you did. That was masterclass slipstream.
And there we have it. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Don't forget, this is a sprint race weekend, which means that you get free practice session 1 to decide your lineup before they launch into quali. Then the race weekend will lock your team. But thank you again, everyone, for joining us. And until next time, we'll see you on the pit wall.